Magnificat anima mea Dominum,
et exultat spiritus meus in Deo salutari meo,
quia respexit humilitatem mansile sue, ex enim ex hoc beata medicent omnes generationes.
quia fecit me magna qui potens est, et sanctum nomen eius,
Et misericordia eius a progenie in progenies, timentibus eum,
fecit potentiam in brachio suum, dispersit superbos mente cordis sui,
deposuit potentes tessere, et exaltavit humile.
Surientes simplevit bonis, et divit est misit inane,
Suscepit Israel puerum suum, recordatus misericordiae suae.
sicut locutus est ad patres nostros, Abraham et semini eius in saecula.
Gloria Patri et Filio et Spiritui Sancto,
Sicut erat in principio et nunc et semper, et in saecula saeculorum. Amen.
The Virgin Mary in the Kingdom of the Divine Will, by the servant of God, Luisa Picaretta, little daughter of the Divine Will. For private use only. Meditations for the month of May, for the House of the Divine Will. May 6, 1930. Luisa Picaretta. Fiat. JMJ. Maternal Appeal of the Queen of Heaven. Dearest daughter, I feel the irresistible need to descend from heaven to make you my maternal visits. If you assure me of your filial love and faithfulness, I will remain always with you in your soul, to be your teacher, model, example, and most tender mother. I come to invite you to enter into the kingdom of your Mama, that is, the kingdom of the Divine Will, and I knock at the door of your heart, that you may open it to me. You know, with my own hands I bring you this book as gift. I offer it to you with maternal care, so that in your turn, in reading it, you may learn to live of heaven and no longer of earth. This book is of gold, my child. It will form your spiritual fortune, your happiness, also terrestrial. In it you will find the font of all goods. If you are weak, you will acquire strength. If you are tempted, you will achieve victory. If you have fallen into sin, you will find the pitying and powerful hand that will lift you up again. If you feel afflicted, you will find comfort. If cold, the sure means to get warm. If hungry, you will enjoy the delicious food of the divine will. With it you will lack nothing. You will no longer be alone, because your Mama will keep you sweet company, and with her every maternal care, she will take on the commitment of making you happy. I, the Celestial Empress, will take care of all your needs, provided that you consent to live united with me. If you knew my yearnings, my ardent sighs, and also the tears I shed for my children, if you knew how I burn with the desire that you listen to my lessons, all of heaven, and learn to live of divine will. In this book, you will see wonders. You will find a Mama who loves you so much as to sacrifice her own beloved son for you, in order to allow you to live of that same life of which she lived upon earth. Oh, please, do not give me this sorrow. Do not reject me. Accept this gift of heaven that I am bringing you. Welcome my visit, my lessons. Know that I will go throughout the whole world. I will go to each individual, to all families, to religious communities, to every nation, to all peoples. And if needed, I will go around for entire centuries, until as queen, I have formed my people, and as mother, my children, who would know the divine will and let it reign everywhere. Here is the purpose of this book explained to you. Those who will welcome it, with love, will be the first fortunate children who will belong to the kingdom of the divine fiat. And I, with gold characters, will write their names in my maternal heart. See, my child, that same infinite love of God, which in redemption wanted to use me in order to make the eternal word descend upon earth, is now calling me into the field once again, entrusting to me the difficult task, the sublime mandate of forming on earth the children of the kingdom of his divine will. Therefore, with maternal care I set to work, and I prepare for you the way which will lead you to this happy kingdom. For this purpose, I will give you sublime and celestial lessons, and finally, I will teach you special and new prayers, through which you will commit the heavens, the sun, the creation, my very life and that of my Son, and all the acts of the saints, so that in your name they may impetrate the adorable kingdom of the divine will. These prayers are the most powerful, because they bind the very divine operating. By means of them, God will feel disarmed and conquered by the creature. Confident of this help, you will hasten the coming of his most happy kingdom, and with me, you will obtain that the divine will be done on earth as it is in heaven, according to the desire of the divine Master. Courage, my daughter. Make me content, and I will bless you. Prayer to the Celestial Queen for each day of the month of May. Immaculate Queen, my celestial mother, I come onto your maternal knees to abandon myself in your arms as your dear daughter, in order to ask of you, with the most ardent sighs, in this month consecrated to you, the greatest of graces, that you admit me to live in the kingdom of the divine will. Holy Mamma, you who are the queen of this kingdom, admit me to live in it as your daughter, that it may no longer be deserted, but populated by your children. Therefore, Sovereign Queen, I entrust myself to you, that you may lead my steps in the kingdom of the divine will. And as I cling to your maternal hand, you will lead all my being to live perennial life in the divine will. You will be my Mamma, and to you, as my Mamma, I deliver my will, that you may exchange it with the divine will, and so I may be sure I will not go out of its kingdom. Therefore I pray you to illumine me in order to make me comprehend what will of God means. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now, and at the hour of our death. Amen. Little Sacrifice of the Month. Each morning, midday, and night, 3 times a day, let us go on to the knees of our celestial Mamma and say to her, My Mamma, I love you. And you, love me and give a sip of divine will to my soul. Give me your blessing, that I may do all of my actions under your maternal gaze. The Virgin Mary in the Kingdom of the Divine Will. Day 8. The Queen of Heaven in the Kingdom of the Divine Will receives the mandate from her Creator to place in safety the destiny of mankind. The Soul to the Divine Agent. Here I am with you, Celestial Mamma. I feel I cannot be without my dear Mamma. My poor heart is restless, and only when I am on your lap like a tiny little one, clasped to your heart to listen to your lessons, then do I feel it at peace. Your sweet accent sweetens all my bitternesses, and sweetly binds my will. And placing it like a footstool under the divine will, it makes me feel its sweet empire, its life, its happiness. Lesson of the Celestial Agent. Dearest child of mine, know that I love you very much. Trust your Mamma, and be sure that you will obtain victory over your will. If you are faithful to me, I will take complete responsibility over you. I will act as your true Mamma. Therefore, listen to what I did for you before the Most High. I did nothing other than bring myself onto the knees of my celestial Father. I was little, not yet born, but the divine will, whose life I possessed, rendered my visits to my Creator accessible to me. All doors, all ways were open for me, nor was I fearful or afraid of them. Only the human will causes fear, apprehension, distrust. and puts the poor creature far away from the one who so much loves her, and who wants to be surrounded by his children. So if the creature is afraid and fears, and does not know how to be as child and father with her Creator, it is a sign that the divine will does not reign in her. And therefore they are the tortured, the martyred ones of the human will. Therefore never do your will. Do not want to torture and martyr yourself by yourself, for this is the most horrible of martyrdoms, without support and without strength. Listen to me. I brought myself into the arms of the divinity, more so since they awaited me and made feast on seeing me. They loved me so much that when I would appear, they would pour more seas of love and sanctity into my soul. I do not remember ever having departed from them without their adding more surprising gifts for me. So while I was in their arms, I prayed for mankind, and many times with tears and sighs, I cried for you, my child, and for all. I cried because of your rebellious will, because of your sad lot of seeing yourself reduced to slavery by it, which rendered you unhappy. To see my child unhappy made me shed bitter tears, to the point of wetting the hands of my celestial Father with my crying. And the divinity, moved by my crying, continued telling me, "Our beloved daughter, your love binds us. Your tears extinguish the fire of divine justice. Your prayers draw us so much toward the creatures that we do not know how to resist you. Therefore we give to you the mandate to place in safety the destiny of mankind. You will be our agent in their midst. To you do we entrust their souls. You will defend our rights, prejudiced by their sins. You will be in the middle, between them and us, to restore the balance on both sides. We feel in you the invincible strength of our divine will, which through you prays and cries. Who can resist you? Your prayers are commands. Your tears rule over our divine being. Therefore forward in your enterprise. Now, my dearest child, my little heart felt consumed with love at the loving ways of the divine speaking. And with all my love, I accepted their mandate, saying to them, "Highest Majesty, I am here in your arms. Dispose of me in whatever way you want. I will lay down even my life. And if I had as many lives, or as many as are the creatures, I would put them at their disposal and yours, to bring them, all safe, into your paternal arms." And without knowing then that I was to be the mother of the divine word, I felt in me the double maternity. Maternity toward God, to defend his just rights. Maternity toward creatures, to bring them to safety. I felt myself mother of all. The divine will which reigned in me, and which knows not how to do isolated works, brought God and all creatures from all centuries into me. In my maternal heart I felt my God offended, wanting to be satisfied. And I felt the creatures under the empire of divine justice. Oh, how many tears I shed! I wanted to make my tears descend into each heart, to let everyone feel my maternity, all of love. I cried for you and for all, my child. Therefore listen to me. Have pity on my crying. Take my tears in order to extinguish your passions and to make your will lose life. Oh, please accept my mandate that you do always the will of your Creator. The soul. Celestial Mama, my poor heart cannot endure in hearing how much you love me. Ah, you love me so much, to the point of crying for me. I feel your tears descend into my heart, and like many wounds, they wound me and make me comprehend how much you love me. I want to unite my tears to yours and pray to you, crying, that you never leave me alone, that you watch over me in everything, and even beat me if necessary. Be my Mama, and I, your little child, will let you do anything with me, so that your mandate may be the welcome one by me, and you may bring me in your arms to our Celestial Father as the accomplished act of your divine mandate. Little sacrifice. Today, to honor me, you will give me your will, your pains, your tears, your anxieties, your doubts, and fears into my maternal hands, so that as your Mama, I may keep them in deposit within my maternal heart as pledges of my child. And I will give you the precious pledge of the divine will. Ejaculatory prayer. Celestial Mama, pour your tears into my soul, that they may heal the wounds that my will did to me. You have reached the end of Day 8 of the Virgin Mary in the Kingdom of the Divine Will.